everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. So I asked you on Instagram to tell me, to write me whether or not you want me to do an unboxing of this live, in a live stream with live chat, or if I should pre-record it. And the ones that have voted, the majority of the ones voted, said pre-recorded, Dacob. So there you go. I'm pre-recording it. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, Super Dacob, all spelled together, I have I've posted there a couple of days ago that I'm going through kind of a difficult period, and it's quite tough. And it's so funny, you know, today, like after a couple of days of not posting a video on YouTube and my creator suite, like when you go to your own YouTube page, you have like your whole layout and all the options to work and post videos and stuff. And YouTube like suggested a video to me like burnout syndrome. If you're not posting enough videos, maybe you're in a creator burnout. How to avoid it, how to get out of it. And I'm like, wow, I haven't been posting a video in like 4 to 5 days, and already YouTube is like, keep creating, we need the money, you know. And I don't know, I felt that felt really awkward to me. But despite that really tactless move from YouTube, to say the least, I still feel an obligation to post. And it's not that I'm out of ideas. I'm not out of ideas. It's just that I miss you guys, you know, and at the same time, I know you miss me. And it's always, it's a difficult situation when a content creator, that's how YouTubers are called, goes through tough times, because it can't always be all bubbly and fresh and zesty and, you know, amazing. Life is hard. It's not all happiness. It's not all bubbly. It's not all unboxings, philosophical talks that end up in positive views of the future. It's not all memes. So there has been a death in the family or friends of the family, and then there was another death, basically. The second death was a death of a friendship. So not a physical death, but rather an emotional one. So I've been through 2 things this week. Really, really tough things. And I've been crying a lot at the beginning of the week in particular, so my nose got all crusty because I get all, because the day it happened, you see these stupid little things, but let's go into detail. I didn't have tissues with me, so I used only, you know, like what you might call it. I didn't have any Kleenex with me, so I had like the Scottex, I had the Bounty, I had all those other things for the kitchen rolls, you know, and it just messed my nose completely, and it really hurts still, but I hope it's not that bad. Yeah, tough. And so real death happening, really tough, of a person. I can't say too much because it's not directly my business. I'm not allowed to say too much, but because it's not that it happened to my family directly, but it is my family nevertheless. And so it's very painful, and building yourself up after something like this happens takes time. The other thing that really struck me was this friendship that I had that lasted many years and then abruptly stopped some time ago. And then I find that other person a coward, really, for not ever wanting to really talk to me. And then when it happened, it happened really in a very clumsy way last summer. And then again, silence, nothing. And then now I kind of approached this person, and it went really, really south from there, really bad. Very unfortunate, but I'm the type of person that needs closure. So when something is over, I usually dignify and give the dignity to the other person. And I don't, you know, like some people from Sex and the City, I don't say goodbye in a Post-it. I don't say, I can't talk to you through a text message. I don't write an email. I actually confront the person live. I think they deserve that, and I think that everybody deserves that. And both parties need to have the strength to confront each other that way and to say, actually, listen, this is not working for me. I wish you all the best in your life, but this just is not working. So I would have given that dignity to that person to tell them to their face what the deal is, but I was not given that dignity and that respect. So I did not get a chance to properly say goodbye because I actually wanted to meet up to say goodbye in an elegant way. That wasn't given to me, even though so much time has passed after I've been excluded from this person's life, basically. So very painful because I experienced two types of death within 1 week. One is a physical death with all of the pain related to it, the shock that rips like a dagger through the family, and the pain that follows, and the way you feel lost when that happens. So all of that combined with personal friendship ending without me being able to end it in a good way, but rather being denied again an ending. So that was kind of a conceptual death, if you wish. So yeah, very, very difficult. But in all of this, I have, I'm a person that likes to plan things out ahead of time. It's not that I'm just an impulse buyer, or maybe sometimes online late at night before I go to bed, I might buy some secondhand thing impulsively. But usually like bigger things like this thing is planned out. And so since it happened, because it was planned out, it was there and I had to get it. And it's not that I could have said, okay, you know what, sorry, not this week, let's wait 2 weeks. It would have been gone. It's not like they can keep stuff forever. So it feels so strange to me, the happiness of having planned this out and that it finally worked out. As you can see, it's a really big package, so it's not costume jewelry, it's something else. Oh my god, this is the longest unboxing ever. But you have to understand why I've been silent for these so many days. Let's get the box out. So they also gave me a little Misia, but it's an eau de parfum Misia, so you can imagine, like, what are we gonna do with an eau de parfum Misia, you know what I mean? They didn't do a good job reformulating it. But anyway. Oh my god, first of all, I love these covers that they give. I always kind of unfold them. Everything's so overlit, but it's like full of little Chanel logos. And then I keep them. This makes a lot of noise. Let me put it aside. I actually cut these in little pieces and I fold the costume jewelry into them to protect the costume jewelry from humidity and stuff. So these things I always recycle for that. So now you know that. Okay, so look at this. I've never had a box like this before. So flat, but so big at the same time. What could it be? Any guesses? I'm the type of person that puts emotions, my knees like this, into objects. I'm a very materialistic person that way. I'm also very emotional and very spiritual, but I like to channel the positive and the negative emotions through objects rather than letting them stay in me. I want to let energy flow through me constantly. I don't want to keep stuff inside. Many people keep emotions and feelings cramped deep down inside, and that causes cancer, that causes disease, that causes illnesses. We need to let that energy flow. Something I don't talk about often on my channel, but most of the purchases I make, especially when it comes to these types of purchases, not Chanel per se, but a lot has to do with Chanel per se, but also with what is in here, what I purchased in particular, you're going to see in a minute. I use these as containers to put an emotion in them and then filter it out. This is, does this sound creepy? Maybe, but it makes total sense to me. So let's just open it. You know how much I hate when YouTubers go, without further ado. I hate that so much. So this is, I usually I cut the chase and I get to the point really soon, but in this case it took a while because it needs more than one explanation. Okay. So I asked for their Timeless Classic pouches or reissue pouches because it's a very delicate color and the color is very meaningful for this particular unboxing. There's also, they were so sweet. There was also the original black pouch underneath, but I said, like, I'm full of black something in my collection, and and it's finally the time has come for color. And I'm in love. Total love. And it's yellow. We're talking Tweety Bird yellow. Wait, oh my god, this is like, the light is not really right. It's a bit more orangey than this, guys. Now it's really overlit, and I'm using LED lights, which are very blue. This color is not this blue yellow. It's more an orangey yellow. Let me get as close as possible. Maybe it kind of changes a little bit. Has less influence from the external lights, but it's a gorgeous pouch. This is from the Greek cruise collection, 1718, and it opens up. It doubles up basically. So you have the quilting. Wait, maybe I should actually, let's go down with the light quite a bit there so you could get to see it better. It has the quilting outside and inside, has a zipper here and a zipper there. So this thing is double. This little care booklet with the little glove. And the authenticity card is in there too, but we can't show the numbers. We're protecting the numbers. Look how gorgeous is it. Inside it has the same color yellow. It's gold hardware. And we have this classic Chanel. They also use this a lot in the 80s. This kind of twilly material, silky material. It's so soft. This one, let me put it up again because now it's like everything is underlit. What a mess. This one hit the runway. This colorway actually hit the runway. And of course it had to be, if it wasn't made in France, there was like no getting it. But this, it just makes the world of a difference. And you could see how perfect it is, the trim and everything. Look, even with the zipper, you see what I mean? This is what I don't like about the Birkin or the Kelly. They glaze the edges of the leather, but a good made Chanel bag never glazes. That's what makes the difference to me. And I only buy the bags that don't have glazing when it comes to Chanel. So even the zipper little leather bit here, they've actually turned the leather inside, both sides of leather, and then they sew it together. So you could see there is absolutely, this is leather that's turned inwards and then sewn together. There's no glazing anywhere. The leather has been stitched properly everywhere. So I've mentioned in my other, this is why I say I plan things out. I've mentioned in my other videos, throwing hints here and there, but I will be going to the Cannes Film Festival this year, and I will be trying to pitch some ideas and sell some ideas. So this one will be worn like this, but I'll mostly have my papers, documents, DVDs, Blu-rays in here. So this thing is gonna basically go with me like that throughout the city. And it's a beautiful pop of color, like the shape of it, almost like a square. It's rectangular, but almost like a square with the matelassé all over it and this gold hardware on top. It's just so beautiful and so soft. This is not lambskin, which makes it much more durable. This is calfskin, and it is a very soft calfskin. So as I said before, I hope I said it, I don't know if I forgot. This one did hit the runway, the cruise collection, the Greek-inspired 1718 cruise collection. So the yellow colorway hit the runway. You're going to see a model. She literally squishes it like this when she wears it. And my heart breaks when I see her squish it that way. But you can, because it's so soft that it really just goes with you. But the yellow one hit the runway. They did also make these in a kind of a, in my opinion, cheaply looking blue. I don't really like that blue. They made it in a blue. They made it in a red. It also exists in black. And there's a chevron version as well. They've made it in red, the chevron one, and also I think in blue and black and yellow. But the yellow is just, I was like, if I'm gonna get my first colorful Chanel pouch or bag, I want it to be an incredible pop of color. And this yellow is just so beautiful. So I wore this to kind of match with that. To give you an idea, I'm already planning the whole outfits for Cannes, because you know, you also have to work it. You're going to the film market, you're trying to sell projects and ideas, so you have to be perfectly representing your brand and yourself. And wearing this one just like this, in its big size, so you have this huge internal pouch here, and then you have half the size pouch in here. Really, really gorgeous piece, you know, and big. So I'm so grateful that they gave me this. Also, okay, now we get to, again, the death part. I like to take the negative emotions and experiences, put them into something beautiful that I consider beautiful. Everybody has their own personal perception of what beauty is, of course. And then I filter it through something beautiful and I make it become a positive energy. Add on top of that the fact that I wanted to hunt down this particular yellow piece. Thankfully I did, because my grandmother's favorite flowers were yellow roses. And it was this type of yellow that she loved so much. So somebody else's grandmother died this week, and this reminded me of mine. So I'm really working hard that way to transform through something material, bad energy or sadness. And I'm not saying sadness is not a good thing. You need sadness. It's a part of life, just like happiness. You can't just only be happy or only be sad. But I help myself. It's like a sort of a crutch, you know, you're like, it helps you stand up again. It helps me to stand up again, to have something like this transform the sadness into something partially at least happy. At the same time, why I say sadness is important, this pouch will always remind me of that sad moment in time. I will always remember when I got it. And that time is also the time that all of these deaths occurred. So it's a reminder to me as well, you know, to not take anything for granted, not to forsake anything, and to keep a balance. This is just my way of dealing with things. Everybody has their own, but so at least now you know a bit more about what has been going on these past days. And I'm very happy for the Chanel team. They were so sweet to me, because I said, you know, this is yellow and I don't want the yellow to get dirty easily. So could you, like, you know, a black pouch is not, in my opinion, the best thing to put this in a black pouch, because I don't want color transfer to happen. Also, really great thing, the zippers are metal, they're not plastic. So they're really gold zippers. That's a really cool thing that they did that. They didn't go cheap on this one. Well, of course they didn't, it was so expensive. And so I got this huge pouch, which I'm thinking, basically we're gonna cover it up like this. And then I can literally put the top, this is supposed to be for the, you know, double flaps, for the reissues and the timeless classics. So I can literally just put the top one there as well. So now the bag can fold it this way, so the two leathers, when it's folded, don't touch each other when it's stored. So this way there's no risk of, you know, the two leathers kind of sticking to each other with time in case I don't use it every week. You know what I mean? So it's really, really good if the sales associates are so kind to, with a pouch like this, to actually give you one of these as well, because that does help preserve the leather, because you can see this one won't be touching this one when I fold them like that. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing to have. So thank you so much to Chanel. It was a wonderful experience. When I went to pick it up, I told all my people there, I was like, guys, today ain't the day. I'm feeling really, really bad. They're like, yeah, sit down, let's talk. And it was really, really sweet. I felt really like I was at home, you know. I mean, as much as you can feel at home. So I have to hand it to the Chanel team. They really made me feel great, which is something I don't take for granted, and it's something that is really, really sweet. So there you go, guys. I hope you like this video. If you have, please do thumb it up. And if you have a special way of dealing with your emotions and sadness in particular, and ways of channeling it and transforming it into something positive, let me know in the comment section down below. Either way, love you all so much. If you haven't already but wish to, please consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I will be coming soon at you with other unboxings, because all of these things that I've been planning for, in particular for Cannes, but also for the summer months, some things have been ordered or pre-ordered months in advance. Now they're all pouring in. So it's gonna seem like, oh my God, what is he doing? He's going on a binge. But actually, everything has been planned out. It just so happens that it all hits now, instead of, I would have preferred it to kind of be more sparsely distributed, because my credit card would suffer less, but it is what it is. All right, guys. despite all the sadness in this world, we're a community. We stick together and we share that love because we never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.